Gods Do Program, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. And oftentimes, I am just getting into the band. I'm just saying, when you come to yell at me, and I have a feeling you will if you're listening to this, take it easy on me. I'm just saying, I don't always get them all right. I worked hard. The Hard Work Fitness app is a free app. $10 a month gets you Joe, really. He will be your personal coach. He will get you in tip-top physical. Decide, commit, succeed, and join the hustle today. Hashtag join the hustle. Hard Work Works Fitness app. Sorry it was a little truncated. I'm excited because this one has been on the back burner for literally months at this point. We've been trying to make it happen, scheduling, all life happens, but I think technically speaking, Elena put this on the board. She had to duck out last minute. So I'm going right over to you, John F., because this is your favorite band. So I'm very interested to see where you are with this.
Yeah, this is a big one for me. Fugazi is one of maybe the most important band that we've done on this thing. Like you just can't understate their influence. I mean, you talk about starting you go back to Minor Threat, you go back to Deadline, you go back to Embrace, Rites of Spring. Just the lineage of this band and the story of them forming in 1987. And just the path that they went on. And you talk about a band that's uncompromising. Like, I remember being, 13, 14, 15 years old, and you hear about them and you're like, here's a band that doesn't sell merchandise, that has their own record label, that is in it for the music, that plays all ages shows, $5 shows. Like, they talk the talk and walk the walk. And like, if you're into like authenticity in music, like, this is the band for you. Like, so many bands that, they get called a punk rock band. They came out of punk rock and hardcore, but they've influenced, bands like At the Drive-In, which people know, like, yeah. Post-rock bands. If you're into like post-rock, like Tortoise and Mogwai, things like that. If you're into like even any kind of indie rock, like, their influence is all over the place. And they're still making music. Like, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but you talk about like the Kariki album that just came out this last year, and the Evens and the Mesthetics and all the music that they've been into. It's just, it's all been quality for 40 years. And like this, I really worked hard on getting a 20, and there were some absolute classic songs that I loved that I wasn't able to get in. And I'm just going to, like, every song that doesn't make it into the conversation, I'm just going to be like, there's another one. Like, it's going to be brutal. But yeah, this is a big one for me.
So, John, I know you have Fugazi at that same level, yeah?
Oh yeah, I mean, Fugazi is one of the most important bands of all time. I mean, I would say they're, every bit as important to, what you might want to call alternative music as the Beatles are to popular music, for sure.
Yes.
Fair. Wow. My relationship with Fugazi was pretty limited before this. I was telling John F. before we went on, that End Hits was all I had. And I didn't find that until, I guess it was like 01, maybe 02. And I listened the shit out of that record. I absolutely loved End Hits. And I can't understand why 21-year-old me was like, man, I love this record. I listen to it all the time. Let me dive in. Let me find more from this band. For a record that I played out like 3 or 4 times, I got like 4 different copies of it. Why did I not seek out more from this band? I don't understand. But listening through it, John, you guys both made the point of how important they were, and their fingerprints, I didn't even realize were on so much stuff that kind of I've been into over the years. And I never put that together. And I guess it kind of goes to your authenticity point, John. Like, they just did. They just were a really great band, and they just did. And they never they never broke out into the mainstream.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, the story is they had like a $10 million offer from Atlantic Records in like 1993. Like they were like, yeah, we'll give you your own boutique label. You can have free or full. And they were just like, no, we don't need that. We do our thing. We're happy doing our thing. And that's what we're going to do. And like, they never played with a set list. Like they just always played by feel on stage, which is amazing when you think about it.
Yeah.
And like, I got to see them a couple of times in 1999, like on one of their last tours. And one of the most amazing shows I've ever seen. Like I got to request a song because I had been on the radio. I tried to get them to come on the radio station, the college radio station at University of Georgia, and they were too busy. So Ian like called me out from the stage. He was like, you're on your 5th hour of us today. Like, what song do you want to hear? And throughout the song, I won't spoil it. I'll mention it when we talk about it, but they played the song, and I still remember, like you said, being 21 years old and just being down and like, this is one of the coolest moments of my life right here. And just, I mean, yeah, it was one of those bands, like you mentioned the Beatles. You've been, the story is the Ramones went to England, and everyone that saw them started a band. Like Fugazi is one of those bands that everyone who's into them, like, if you're into a cool band, if there's music that you like that's anywhere related to underground music or independent music, like chances are Fugazi is listed as one of their influences or one of the bands related to them, because yeah, they did it the right way.
Listening to the records again, like I didn't even realize the influence they had on me. Like, I hate saying that because I'm a not good musician, but like my playing is heavily influenced by Fugazi just from that one record. So let's dive in. You already touched upon your 20 a little bit, John, but what was this, being your favorite band? What was it like carving out your 20 for this?
Yeah, I probably had 10 or 15 songs that were 5-star, absolute A+, have to be on this thing. And then I went through and went back and listened to all the records, like stuff like Red Medicine, The Argument, some of the stuff that I hadn't listened to in a long time. I really went back into those and dug deep into them and tried to find the ones that I really thought would be worthwhile. And yeah, it was great. I had it down up until 16 or 17, and then that last 3 or 4 just was agonizing, and going back and like, oh, do you do this one or this one? Like, which one of these? Like, I easily could have had 30 or 40 that I felt were worthy.
So, firstly, John a little under the weather, but pressing through because that's how important talking about this band was to him. John, what was it like pulling out your 20 for this one?
Oh, it was terrible. It was like this is the hardest list I've done so far, and this was one that I got on, that I wanted to get on when I first discovered this show. So this has probably been like 2 years since I've been thinking about this list. Really, I think it's been close to that. So I made a list that I was happy with, and well, originally I had about 60 songs. It was just impossible to cut anything. And then I finally got it down to 20, and that stayed for several months. And then I started messing with it again, actually today, which was probably a mistake.
Definitely.
But I did cut a couple things. I had a couple things on that I thought were important, and finally got it down to 20. But honestly, I could have picked 20 other songs that I feel like are just as valuable to their catalog as these songs are.
So for my 20, I can't remember when this happened. I don't know if this happened when the mics went live or if this was before. I think my first pass, my real first pass was 87. Like, I didn't cut anything.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, something has to go. Stuff has to go. Like, I've lost count of how many times I've said there's no wrong answers, and I've lost count of how many times I've apologized for saying that because I've said it so many times. But, golly, man, like, seriously, I don't see, there isn't really a 10 that I see coming out of this where I'm like, yeah, no, we got this wrong. there's songs that I was drawn to from nostalgic purposes, it was really hard to separate. It was really hard to separate myself from that with End Hits. Really hard, because the second I pushed play, it took me right to 21. I was right there immediately in my car delivering pizzas, everything, all of it. I could see the houses that I was pulling up to immediately. It was insane. But so I had a big problem with that. I was trying to, as I'm coming through, going, yes, this is Fugazi, which, as we've mentioned, you pluck out any 20 of the 20 songs, and I could say that. So how do you write this? And the end result is I just went with my gut. I didn't want to overthink it anymore. So I just kind of was like, all right, this one versus this one. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. And
yeah, there are absolutely songs that are not on my 20 that I will fight for.
Oh, all right. So, I mean, that's interesting. But because, again, the nature of this show is that a lot of great songs are going to hit the cutting room floor. And I don't know that it's ever been more true with Fugazi. And I think you're finally coming around to, I stopped calling it trash for, I forget the act that we did it for. But for me, it's just the not played. It did not make it. So your boy's a little tired, but the name of the game is Deprogrammed. We have combed through the Fugazi discography and have plucked out 20 songs each that we're going to now mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you never got into Fugazi. I've mentioned this ad nauseum, the nostalgia of End Hits. I'm starting with End Hits because of all the songs that hit me. When I heard this one, I was like, holy fuck, that's Fugazi as fuck. 5 Corporations.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't have that one.
okay. It goes into the conversation. I was like, am I really going to start in the trash? Oh, God, no.
Oh, when he goes, that clusterfuck, the array. That's one of the coolest moments on that record.
That one just is everything that I was hoping Fugazi was going to be when we decided to do this show. So, okay. All right. John F. Sorry.
All right. Since you went late, I'm going to go early, and let's go with Blueprint.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I was like, I feel like I have that one. Let me make sure before I say yes. Yes, Blueprint. All right, let's get a taste of some Blueprint. That first record, I guess, Repeater. Holy hell, that one was difficult.
Yeah. Their discography is a little bit confusing because, their early material is all grouped together as 13 songs, which is technically not an album, but
right.
I'll probably refer to it as that because that's what it's mostly been for most of my life, I think.
I already mentioned, nothing got cut the first time. Second pass, nothing got cut either from Repeater.
Yep.
All right, let's get to that right there. How do you cut that? You can't.
Guy is on another level.
The way it just it punches you in the face. They switch without it, aggressively, but without. It's just fucking great. All right, John A.
All right, let's. All right, let's stay early. See if we can throw another one on there. How about a Waiting Room?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You kind of had to, right?
No, yeah.
This was almost. See, this was late for me. This was number 15 or 16 for me because I thought about not putting it on there because it is kind of their I think it just has the recognition that maybe I was thinking, oh, it maybe doesn't deserve like the status of being like their most famous song, because you guys know the video of the kids playing it that went viral last year or something. There was like a School of Rock kids that were playing it, but
yeah.
you go back and listen to it and it's undeniable.
Well, and that's what I kept coming back to. Like I was in that same boat. I'm just thinking of the Fugazi songs, this is probably the one that people know. But then you listen to it and I was like, yeah, but it sounds Fugazi as fuck. So like, why would that hold it back? And I don't know that people know it's Fugazi. Like people may be familiar with the song, but if we go, this is a Fugazi song, people might go, oh, okay, now maybe I can check this band out. So yeah, I was heavily thinking about leading with that one because it felt like the elephant in the room. All right. I think I'll stay on repeater. How about merchandise?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how you can avoid that.
You are not what you own.
And hearing that story about them not having merch now
Ever.
that makes me go, oh, cool. Like I didn't know that going in. Just Fugazi as fuck, man. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, listen to this.
Their stuff had such like a groove to it, which is so unique for the time. Like that's another thing you think of them as being just a hard, like kind of punk rock band, but they were influenced by jazz and go-go music and funk and like all that stuff is in there.
There's times where like I hear I would say shellac influenced by them as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I definitely at times heard that. All right, so 3 all the way through already. We're doing okay. John F.
All right, we haven't done anything off of In on the Kill Taker yet. So let's go with Smallpox Champion.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've got that one too.
Oh
wow. Okay.
In on the Kill Taker is my favorite Fugazi album.
Me
by the way.
too. Me too. Yeah. This is going to be hard when we have 17 songs on the list of 10.
Oh man. All right, let me roll that up. I had a tough time with that record. I ended up cutting a lot just cuz. So, yeah.
I actually cut one of the songs today just because I wanted to add something else on there, but
yeah,
that was a tough cut. Like that album's perfect. Like it's just perfectly put together. Like it just has that 1-2 punch of the first 2 songs, and then it's like a whole, almost like it's like a live show recorded onto a tape.
I needed this. This has that, like, again, that drive, that groove. And when I was listening to this earlier, like, I know you already brought up At the Drive-In, but I was like, oh yeah, At the Drive-In was definitely influenced by them.
Oh yeah, they just commercialized this sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. John A.
All right, let's go a little bit later. Let's throw this out there. How about Epic Problem?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh!
Really?
That's an amazing song.
Yeah, it's great. I'm surprised though.
Oh, wow. That might be the only one from that record I pulled though.
Don't sleep on the argument. That's a amazing record in its own right.
Oh, there it is. Wow. I got to be honest. I thought that one might make the conversation, but I need to. Let's give this a minute, because I have not been keeping up with what we're supposed to do.
Oh, when it kicks in at the end, when it goes quiet and he's, I've got this epic problems. When it gets that little sing-songy part, oh my God, it'll blow your mind.
merchandise. All right. Otherwise, we will stay on this forever because we would listen to all these songs. All right.
Oh yeah.
Where should I go? All right. I'll try. I think I'm going to trot out another end hits here. Place position.
I have that one.
Oh.
I do not.
Okay. All right. Stays in the convo. All right, John F.
All right, let's go way early. Let's do Glue Man.
I do not have that.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just one I had to cut to make 20.
Okay. First one in the trash. All right.
It was bound to happen, unfortunately. All right. John.
So my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so John F got the first one in the trash. I thought I was gonna make that, and I'll put that one out now. So I put this song out because I feel like a song that Joe Lally sings should be representative. So I put out "By You" from Red Medicine.
No.
No. Nope. If I was smart. All right. By You. There it is. John A. Back to me. Let's throw out some steady diet of nothing here. How about Stacks?
I don't have that one.
No.
Okay.
That's a tough record to do.
All right. John F.
Flags are such ugly things. Facet Squared.
I cut Facet Squared right before the show started.
I don't have it either.
I love that song, but I cut that one.
All right. John A.
All right, let's go back middle period. How about KYEO?
No.
No. God, it's such a great song, but no.
All right. Back to me.
We can only pick 20 people.
I know, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've already gotten 5 in. So
Yeah.
I was about to say, ultimately, we can only have 10, and now's the
know.
time for misses for sure.
absolutely. I feel like we got all like the heavy. Although Epic Problem did definitely surprise me. All right, I'll throw one out from Red Medicine here. Do You Like Me?
No.
I don't have that one.
Right.
So funny story about that
All right.
was so when I cut Facet Squared, "Do You Like Me" was the song I added, but then I cut that and added another one.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I get it. I get it. All right. So that was me, John F.
All right. How about Suggestion?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're back on it.
All right. Where's it on my list here? Come on. I know you're around. Did I go past it? I must have. Come on. Come on. So now I can't read, guys. Sorry. Where is it on this list? It's obviously.
So yes.
I haven't.
I was going to say suggestion. I mean, I think that's a really good. It's one of those songs that I don't see how we could possibly not cut. That would have been a big fight at the end, I think, if it
Yeah.
didn't, if we all three didn't get in. I mean, it's just too important. It was just too important for my upbringing and the way I think about the world today, and
Yeah.
it's just too important.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I'm a better person now for having listened to Fugazi my whole life.
There we go. I found it. Jesus. Took me long enough. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's get a little volume there. Maybe I should learn how to read.
Oh, there's a video of them playing this in like 1988, I think, where he goes off on a big rant about, some people beating up people in a park, and like, you do not beat up people for being gay. You do not beat up people for being black. You do not beat up people for being women. You do not beat up people, period. And it's like, oh my God, it's so good. And everyone is like just dancing like they're just losing their minds. Like Amy Pickering comes out and sings, like, oh my God, it's one of the best live performances ever.
Suggestion, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so suggestion was John F., right? So we're
Yes.
back over to John A. And we're at 6 already.
Yes. So let's see if we can get another one in the trash. I absolutely love this song. I absolutely love this album. How about Sweet and Low?
No.
No.
All right. So John A. Back over to me. How about I'll put out no. I'm going to do another Red Medicine. Target.
No.
So I do have that one because when I dropped Do You Like Me after dropping Facet Square, Target was a song that I picked.
Hey.
Okay.
All right. Into the conversation it goes. All right, John F.
The Eyes Have It and the Eyes Always Will. Public Witness Program.
Yep.
Okay. No.
Whew.
But John A. has you there. Has your back. The Johns have it. All right. John A.
It's my turn. Yeah. Let's go back closer to the beginning again. The absolute last song that I added to the list, And the Same.
No.
Nope.
Tough cut.
Nope. All right, John A. Back to me. What do? See if I can find you guys Steady Diet again. Reclamation.
Yep.
That was number 21 on mine.
Oh.
But like I said, I will fight for ones that I do not have. So I'm glad it's in the conversation.
And it officially takes us out of NTP too. Reclamation. Me and John A. All right, John F.
All right. How about Bed for the Scraping?
I don't have that one.
Nope.
What? Oh my God. Okay. That surprises me a little bit. Because it hits you right from the beginning.
Something had to get cut,
So
unfortunately.
yeah, something had to get cut.
All right, John A.
My turn. All right. How about this? We'll go back more toward the end, I guess you could say. Great Cop.
Yes.
That is the song that I requested at that show. Yes.
Oh, all right. And we officially have a conversation here too.
That song is more apt to be. That song's more relevant today than it was when it was written, I think.
Yeah, but there's a Fugazi song by song podcast called Fugazi A to Z, or the alphabetical Fugazi, and actually was on, did that song, did a whole episode on that song. Just love it so much.
What's funny is I had it as, somewhere around 22, and then when you shared that you did that show, I went back and re-listened to it, and I was like, oh yeah, this should probably be in. God, that energy. God, it's just unmatched.
One of the best little breaks in a song of all time.
You're looking at this energy. This song is only 1:52. God, and listen to that. Like such pointed drums. Like,
oh yeah, Brendan's amazing on the song.
it just goes.
And he uses the bell at some point in the song.
Yeah.
You know that huge bell that he always had hanging beside him?
Yeah.
And then there. We're going to end up listening to this whole song. Sorry. I mean, all right. Let's see. So Great Cop was John A. So we're back.
Yes.
All right. So that's 7. Officially have a conversation as well to trim down. All right. Let me get one more of these. I think I'm going to lose that one. How about Turnover?
I had to cut something.
Mm.
I do have Turnover.
Oh, all right. Turnover gets into the conversation. And Justin and John F. And then I need to get Great Cop in. Great Cop.
So is it back to me?
It is back to you, sir.
Okay. This one has been staring at me. It's my number one Fugazi song, and I know that's always dangerous, but let's throw it out there. Repeater.
Yep.
Oh, no. But John A. saved you.
Yes.
All right. John A., you're up.
All right. How about let's stay on that album and go with 2 Beats Off.
No.
Nope. All right. I seriously have zero game plan here. I think I thought about which song I was going to play first, and then that was it. So I don't know which way I want to go. You know, I don't know that this is necessarily my favorite, but the second I heard this, I was like, oh yeah, Fugazi. I forgot how much I fucking love this band. I don't care if it makes it. I brought it. This one is sheer nostalgia. Break.
I don't have that one.
No.
Yeah. That was the
It's amazing though.
it was the second.
Right.
It was the second I knew that oh yeah, I'm going to love this band cuz I already do. All right, John F.
Runaway Return.
I don't have that one.
Nor do I. All these misses.
All right. How about Badmouth?
I think I do. Let me get back to my list here. Yes.
That was 22 on mine. No.
Oh, this is going to get bloody because we only have 3 spots left. All right.
Did you have Badmouth, Justin?
I did.
Okay.
So it goes into the conversation. I'm down to 4. I don't know where you guys are at.
I have 2.
2?
5.
Okay, I'll dump out here. Polish rather. It's bound to happen. bound to happen.
No polish for me.
Or Polish.
yeah, I don't have Polish or Polish actually.
Exit Only.
No.
Arpeggiator.
No.
And Burning 2.
Oh no, that's a great song though.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, all right. Let me clear those out. All right, John F.
All right, John. I need you to have this one.
All right.
Shut the door.
Nope.
What? You guys, can we talk about Shut the Door? Oh my God.
If you would like to...
Yeah, let's talk about it, man.
It's the first performance on that instrument movie, and it is mind-blowing. Like, that song, it kind of gets overlooked because the repeater CD adds on the 3 songs, so it's not the last song, but it's the last song on repeater, and it is, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm sorry, Shut the Door.
You tried.
Yeah, I did. I also have Last Chance for a Slow Dance.
No.
Caustic Acrostic.
No.
Closed Captioned.
No.
And Argument.
No. But that was a late cut, though.
Yeah.
All right, for funsies, John A., you want to clear them out?
My final 2 are Latin Roots and Bulldog Front.
Well, we've got 7 all the way through. Blueprint, Waiting Room, Merchandise, Smallpox Champion, Epic Problem, Suggestion, and Great Cop. And by my count, and this could be incorrect, we got 7 into the discussion.
I have 8.
Oh, I have 8 here. I have 7 there. Okay, so I have 8 here. Badmouth, 5 Corporations, Place Position, Public Witness Program, Reclamation, Repeater, Target, and Turnover.
Yep, that's a conversation.
Yep. Okay. All right. So, where do we go here? I feel like we have 2 from 13 songs, 3 from Kill Take, 2 from Repeater, 1 from Argument. Do we care about representation?
I don't think so.
Just best 3?
Yeah.
Repeater is the number 1 that I'm looking at. It's got to be on this.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't really worry about album representation unless it gets really lopsided.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it could at this point, but
no. So John's thrown out Repeater. You guys both had it. It was a late cut for me. If there's no argument, I'll go ahead and pop that one through.
Yeah, I think that passes with unanimous consent.
Yeah.
All right. So that gives us 8. Is there anything out there, John A., that you're looking at and it's like, I feel like we kind of need that one?
I would say Public Witness Program.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
This is hard. I could pick any of these songs and be fine. But I'm saying Public Witness Program is what I would pick.
I could pick 6 or 7 out of I could pick 6 or 7 out of the trash that would fit
for
on
sure.
there.
For sure.
All right, so we have 2 left. So how about this? I'm gonna go ahead and put Public Witness Program through. I was the odd man out there, and I offer up. I mean, I've kind of already made it well known my love for End Hits. We've got nothing from it. 5 Corporations was that one that I was like, oh my God, it took me back there. So I'm going to go to bat for 5 Corporations.
I'm with you.
We'll see. 1, 2, 3.
I love Turnover. I think Turnover's amazing, and it would fit on this list. Reclamation as well, but I think 5 Corporations is deserving.
So we're gonna put in 5 Corporations over Reclamation.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, how about this?
I love both of those songs.
So for the convo, we could probably cut Target, right? I mean, the songs are we could say if we're gonna lose one, let's lose that, right?
Right at this point.
Okay, and then what about we have waiting room and suggestions, so we can cut Bad Mouth.
Well, they're all gonna feel like
Okay,
that, John. I
okay.
think.
Yeah, I know.
So then that leaves us 4, which is 5 corporations, place, position, reclamation, and turnover.
Between the two,
I mean, I can't really argue against 5 corporations.
right?
I wanted to make sure that I just want to filibuster this for a minute to make sure that we made the right choice, because this is an important list. But I mean, I can't really argue against it, to be honest.
The devil's advocate thing is we do have a lot of the faster. We have Polygonous Program. We have Great Cop. We have Smallpox Champion. We have a lot of the faster, like more aggressive ones already.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
But do we have stuff like Reclamation that's a little more anthemic and a little more, not mid tempo, but a little more. We've got some of the groovier stuff. We've got Repeater. We've got Suggestion. We got Waiting Room. Reclamation is maybe something that we don't have as much represented in this list, if we want to look at it that way.
Well, just to make things worse.
Oh, that bass just kills me.
I know, right? Oh. Just answering with the guitar. Oh.
Then it comes in this one's ours, let's take another. This one's ours, let's take another.
I mean, I prefer that over place position. Although I'm going to listen to place position and be like, no, let me take that back. Oh, why am I doing this?
I mean, they're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think I give 5 corporations the edge. All right, a little Reclamation.
Again, that bass line
God.
just... Yeah.
Hold on, I need to bring up... I forgot to move the listeners' suggestions into the Trello. Because I think if we want a cop out, I think Turnover was suggested.
It's like play the beginning of Turnover. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. God. This is hard because I had all 4 of these. Usually by this point, I'm kind of out. All right.
I'm okay with any of those.
I know, right?
Like, I didn't have place position, but if I will fight for it to be on there because it's, oh my God, it's such a great song. Reclamation, that was the last cut for me.
Okay, I take it back. There was no votes for Turnover. So if we want to take that out of the equation,
I'm voting for Turnover. We're not getting rid of Turnover just yet. Oh my God!
At this point, I think I take 5 corporations over place position, just to get us down to 3.
But see, after you played it, I think place position maybe over 5 corporations.
We're
Because
never.
we don't have Epic Problem is a little bit similar in structure, but we don't have a lot of songs like Place Position on this.
Fair. It's fair.
So maybe think about it this way. So let's pretend for a minute we'll go into the world of fantasy, and for a minute we'll pretend that the three of us are a band, and we're going to play 10 Fugazi songs.
Mhm.
And we have 9 of them on the set list already, and we have to add one more. So which of these 3 or 4 songs that we have left would you want to add to the set list?
I like this idea.
Yeah. I mean, when in doubt, when I think live, I always think energy. So when in doubt, what gives us the most energy?
I'm looking at this. And again, if you're thinking of like a closer, if we need a closer, it's Reclamation. Like, we don't have anything like that in this. Like, as much as Turnover is one of their most amazing songs and one of the most important songs, like, we have Repeater, we have Blueprint, we have Merchandise. Place Position, I love. 5 Corporations, I love. We have Smallbox Champion, we have Great Cop, we have Public Witness Program. I think my gut is telling me that it's Reclamation by a hair.
I mean, I can't disagree. I have 0 disagreements here. So
Well, so I think we could cut Turnover because that album's represented pretty good. So that leaves us with 3.
I'm just gonna go cry in the corner over here.
And then if I were going to cut one of those 3, I would cut Place Position.
I agree. I definitely agree with that.
So that leaves with Reclamation and 5 Corporations.
Right.
We could invent a new rule. We could invent a new rule, and we could ditch all of those songs and add Joe Number 1, which nobody had on their list, but it's a fantastic instrumental because we don't have an instrumental. We don't have a Fugazi instrumental.
It all hurts.
Let's do NTP and make it more fun.
Oh God, no.
Well, if we're gonna do that, well, crap, that makes the problem worse, I think.
Yeah, I think NTP makes it worse. If anything, going something like John said.
I just want Shut the Door back. That's all I'm asking. Because I would pick Shut the Door over any of these.
Let's see. I swear I took that one out. Oh, I didn't. It's on the wrong one. No wonder.
So if we're ranking, mine is Reclamation 1, Turnover 2, Place Position 3, 5 Corporations 4. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Don't ask me 10 seconds from now.
Can we hear a little bit of 5 Corporations again?
Sure. Any excuse to do that. Absolutely. Now where it comes, there we go. Ugh. I just wish I could play drums right now.
Can you play the end of Reclamation? Like the last minute. When this is done. There's 0 things wrong with this song.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, let's get the last. I don't know. I think I have to back Reclamation here as much as I want 5 Corporations.
There's nothing wrong with being 11th.
Yeah.
The 11th best Fugazi song.
This has got the smooth bass line that I need.
That wall of guitars.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with anything like that. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, but I can't figure out if I'm biased toward it because it was the first song at the last Fugazi show I ever saw. So I don't know if that biases me toward Reclamation, but I don't know. I love that song.
Let's go Reclamation. I feel like we're still gonna get yelled at. It doesn't matter. All right, so here's what we got: Blueprint, Epic Problem, Great Cop, Merchandise, Public Witness Program. I can read. Reclamation, Repeater, Smallpox Champion, Suggestion, and Waiting Room. All right, John F. Of those 10, what's the one?
I don't know. Can we just keep going and make another 10 and then another 10 and then another 10 and then another 10 until we're all done? And that way they can all be on a list and I can feel better about this?
Here's one thing that we are saying. If you've never bothered to look into Fugazi, do it. It's 80, on Spotify, it's 87 songs. It's just under 5 hours. Do it. I guarantee you there's a band that you like that was influenced by Fugazi. So
it will make your life better.
I started saying this, I think, before the show. They were on my radar, obviously. I knew of Fugazi. But if I had to rank them, they're at 100% in my top 5 now, like 1,000. If I had to put a number to them, I'd say 3, like just behind Pumpkins and Local H. So, yeah.
All right, so I Repeater's number 1 with the bullet.
All right.
Yeah, why not?
I do like the idea of not going with Waiting Room.
Yeah, I would say not Waiting Room. I would either say, if I had to pick one, the 3 that I would pick to choose from would be Repeater, Suggestion, or Merchandise.
Okay.
I think it's got to be the Repeater. Like this groove is undeniable. Like you cannot sit still listening to this.
Yeah. It's kind of frantic.
Yep.
I like it. Let's go with the Repeater.
Yep.
All right. We have done it, gentlemen. Repeater is our number 1 with a bullet. Blueprint, Epic Problem, Great Cop, Merchandise, Public Witness Program, Reclamation, Smallpox Champion, Suggestion, and Waiting Room round out our top 10. Wowzers McTavish, Jinkies McTavish. We have done it. And look, patreon.com/ohijustin would be a great place for you to go if you want to help me get over the mentality of losing all these songs, because boy, oh boy, did some of these hurt. I got to tell you. But we've done it. So patreon.com/ohijustin, you get daily content. You get so many podcasts for $1, and it really boosts my self-esteem, and it really helps me out, Jack. Obviously, we're a podcast. You can find us wherever podcasts are. Subscribe, rate, comment if that's your thing. But really what I'd love for you to do is to share and to tell a friend, hey, I like this show. You might like it too. And last but not least, if you're listening to this show and you think we did it wrong, come do it better yourself. Both Johns were listeners of the show and said, you guys did it wrong. I want to be on, and I want to talk about bands. So do that. Come talk bands with me. School me on why I'm wrong. That's what this is all about. So with that being said, Fugazi, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.